So one thing that we can use the Pythagorean theorem for is to actually find out the area of an isosceles triangle. And that's what number 6 asks us to do. What is the area of the isosceles triangle? Now, remember, area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 base times height. Base being the bottom of the triangle or some side of it, and the height being the distance from the opposite vertex to that side and forming a 90-degree angle. Now, the orientation of the triangle doesn't make a difference. You can use any side of it. So in other words, like this is a right triangle here, or well, if this was a right triangle right here, then this would be your height and this would be your base. But if it's an isosceles triangle, this may not be a right triangle there. But anyways, when we drop that line down perpendicular to the side of an isosceles, it forms two congruent triangles. Okay. So anyways, we know we have two congruent triangles, and it also splits this side in half. So this would be 7 and this would be 7 because it splits it in half there. So we'll make that 7. And then what I can do is I can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the height of that triangle. So in this instance, my one leg is 7, the height is the other leg, and 9 is my hypotenuse. So I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So I'm going to have 7 squared plus b squared is equal to 9 squared. So that will be 49 plus b squared is equal to 81. Subtract 49 from both sides. So b squared is equal to 81 minus 49, which is going to be 32. And so I take the square root of both sides. It could be plus or minus, but since it's a distance, we know it's only going to be plus. So b is equal to the square root of 32. So the question is are there any perfect squares in 32? And actually, there are, because 16 times 2 is 32. So b is equal to the square root of 16 is 4. So b is equal to 4 square root of 2. So that is the height of my triangle. So now I have the height of my triangle. I know that area is equal to 1/2 base times height. So the area of my triangle is equal to 1/2 my base, which is the 14 here, and my height, which is I found over here to be 4 square root of 2, 4 square root of 2. So now I can just multiply this together. So 1/2 of 14 is 7 times 4 square root of 2. So area is equal to 7 times 4 is 28 square root of 2. So the area of my triangle is going to be 28 square root of 2.